Careful now.
Perhaps I can detonate that explosive from a distance.
A whetstone wheel.
Careful!
There must be a way to spring this trap safely.
Hold!
A whetstone wheel. Now, what do I have that needs sharpening?
Have I got any?
Perhaps I can detonate that explosive from a distance.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Rivellon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them gulls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Cyseal, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Cyseal. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off on the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
Hunter? The Red Lab District? Ah, is that a... Well, that's what you get for trying.
I was really hoping to find something. If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Is that a corpse? What's it doing here alone?
What? Did you expect it to have an entourage? Can you believe this? The man jumped off a cliff at the behest of some statues, of all things. Agreed. Call me skeptical.
Source hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
No glory in this death! Death is its own deliverance!
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine.
Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking? Indeed, for all we know, these dark-dealing thieves may be involved with Councillor Jake's murder.
There must be some way to open this! This seems to be broken.
Fasten tighter than the tree.
Careful, there's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
Ho hum. Shut tight. I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
I've spotted something. This seems to be broken. Be some way to open this. Flare!
We made short work of that door, but I don't imagine our weapons would survive such use for long.
In the rain, nobody can see you cry. Look out! I see a trap nearby. What's this I've spotted? What's this? I found something. I hear voices downstairs.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner.
What's that? I think there are hidden foes.
My robes are soaked! You better hope there's no hint of a flame in this place. Oh, I would...
As much as those other fellows? I admit the King's Stone was pretty, but hardly as tasty as a nice crumb of stale bread. Oh well, whatever.
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead? A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave? The Bloodstone Defiler, where is it? In life, I toil to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profaners and poachers. The legacy of Cecile is mine to preserve. Her traitors are mine to destroy. I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha! Strange indeed. Robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from Run if you like, Defiler.
Blood, do you?
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
No glory in this death.
Single malt. Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single horn in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Sightseal. We're Legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs, for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We of the Legion, liberators of Riverlon.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius? Aye, a noble word for watchdog, that. For that is what we do. Watch over the local dogs that ever so often aim for one another's throat, and separate them to keep the peace. Separate by the sword, that is.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay. Legion's motto.
Just put a sock in it, will you, Biddy?
Ever kept the watch? Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stiff. Boredom's a demon buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. So, you're source hunters, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a 2-bedroom birdcage. They don't prove a thing.
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large.
And face me too. You two are a disgrace to your uniforms.
You defy the Legion, will you?
Glow of victory!
Charge of the champion! May this divine gift lead us to triumph.
The time of your death is at hand.
I can't move!
Well, there we have it. 2 dead legionnaires. Right you are. I'll not... don't have a leg to stand on.
Weapons! Shields! Heads! Hearts!
Those orcs had a human commander? How very curious. And disquieting.
Where are Bibius and Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
Oi! The Source Hunter! Nice to see these winds are blowing more than bloody orcs our way. I'm not so different from any other soldier you'll meet around these parts. We've all lost more comrades. Bloody orcs are at it again. That rat-faced shaman of theirs. It's hard to say. Beats me what traitorous... Whatever the curse... I like you much better with your guts on the floor.
Where'd you learn that little trick, Source Hunter? Ooh, a witch sickle.
Into the fray once more.
After this long in your pants, I, for one, welcome the void.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you.
Taken before his time. Far before his time.
Fire! Fire!
What if the orcs are sending in other fleets? We need more help!
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse. Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil. You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city. So you were, and so you weren't. There we are. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard, rife. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen.
Nonsense. Listen. She's purring.
What fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful God?
One day, Laura. One day you'll show 'em all.
It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the... A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack. And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts, a shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish... Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are out. Unfortunately, we've cordoned off. There's nothing of interest along... Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Such magic to be out in... But of course, it's... I'm glad we've met. Once you're there, just take the stairs. And with that,
Sects, undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Ahu mentioned?
Come on, man! Put your back into it!
From drizzle to deluge!
Blazing ever higher!
I don't know how you did that, hocus pocus, but boy, am I grateful. I thought the...
Sauce? Here? In Sicil? That was some fast acting there. Many thanks, madness.
Sauce? Here in Sicil?
Sauce? Here? In Sicil?
Ahoy, sailor! Name's Conrad. Those orcs must be out of their barbarous minds launching an attack on a city where a great wizard resides. Though even I must admit they put up a hearty effort.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Devil's carriage for a joyride?
No, it ain't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Council's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yussel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm looks him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride?
No, indeed. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Eagle Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful
I'll
girls,
tell-
that loopy legionnaire really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
Sailor, what news from the mainland?
Oh, nothing new, sir. Zombies, skeletons, you know the story. The time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride.
No, indeed. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never
Is
sail
that
to Eagle
Bertie
Gore anymore?
right?
Yes, sir. As fine a specimen as one of her stock, sir. Really thinks that Orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let it all within 500 yards of my loving nature.
I said to him, I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold fee.
Salutations! So courteous is my... This is a storing house for Legion supplies.
One day, Moira. One day you'll show 'em all. Oh, a sauce.
Ah, who better than a...
Enough of that. I know how dangerous an orc can be. My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along? Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared, a vial of love potion shattered over her head. And when she turned to face me, I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady with such a sweetly savage manner would never willingly join up with those vicious marauders.
Ha! I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat.
Ah, I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only, and it has worked exactly as promised.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on...
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure the effects of the potion will be everlasting.
You see, he'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed...
You're right. The information...
Bravo! I trust not only the potion...
You're going to regret...
Well, what is it?
I can't even smell the sea air over this rot.
Say, no one's around.
Burrowing.
Come now, I'll be good for... I never would have dreamt of resorting, so what do you think?
True enough.
That's the spirit.
Hey, let's fresh have it.
Sir, did you just...
No, I paid...
You were a
Quite so.
I can't thank you enough.
Well, sorry to have bothered you then.
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until he's... I can understand your sympathy for that man, but feeding him for one day will hardly remedy his circumstances. You would have done better to help him more substantially than...
The finest veggies,
Oh, hello, love. Nice day.
Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter. These days, the dead are on the prowl. The count... Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter. These days, a moment's inattention is all a thief needs to snatch my livelihood out from under me.
No better solution to the zombie problem.
Never thought I'd see...
Here for your daily serving of veggies. Please partake of the plumpest produce ever produced.
Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine. Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Sauce hunters, eh? All right. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like midday. Oh, recently, yes. Oh, I'll get now that the herd's gone.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens.
But... Oh, no matter. Me? It was I who... Not to mention that it's... Well, she's... I expect she'll be a very... Yes. She's in the other room. She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted... Certainly, what would you like to... I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. The counsellor... Terrible loss, that. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of
Healing stone? Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the Sevens do you think you are, Bud? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the... What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away. Quite the venerable staple of Syceal, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only nearly everyone in Sicile. You are?
Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive...
Yes. Boris it is.
Thank
No,
the seven.
no, this is highly unfair. What is this? Lightning!
I don't know what I did to deserve it.
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible! Terrible! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious. Your guess is as good as mine, my newfound comrade. Here I stood upon this tiny vestige of space and time, and there you appeared. Quite good timing, by the by, because the ground here has been fast shrinking beneath my feet. Oh, but I suppose I should make a proper introduction. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is and hopefully all that is to be. Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such. Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder...
Might be quite mad.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active. The portal. It's quite sprung. Those torches, a light. This portal active. Goodness me, how right you are. It is the void. I can't say for sure where it's not that I then, no longer than a few mere moments. Though I cannot say for certain. In fact, but why? After you. You first. But don't dilly-dally. Yes! Just as I hoped! There she is! There it is!
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
And the last chest, the last chest, the last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it! Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world, and each by each you'll
Could it be?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all...
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, if any other being in Rivellon asked me about the details of but you are different. So please, do tell. A stone. So. It was a stone that not like this, no. What happened? Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me, source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Do you see what violence my work has suffered?
Mysteries of all time, gaps.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry.
I see. What the void would shrink.
Yes. Though I cannot explain. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost?
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
Source Hunter, do tell!
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the Weaver tells the truth, we have some serious work ahead of us.
Source Hunter, do tell! The glint in your gaze and the snow with you searching out, but you'll need a way to... Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've attacked... Cross my heart. Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can.
How welcome you are upon...
A question has me stumped, milady. Why are there two of us? Two beings that record all of history parallel to one another.
Slimy.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzags, and I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. While you were being lectured by our friend the historian, the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in... Oh, before you go, here, take this... You'll need the other one too. Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall...
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the Source Hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Syceal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what, they call the undead a problem, my friend. But those who know the ways of the... Oh, it's not merely an
I'm here to do my duty, which is hardly the same as adventuring.
So you mean to say...
Clearly, too bad your line of work comes with...
Well,
yes,
Indeed. Indeed. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature are...
It's better to lead...
Better to be served than to serve.
Well spoken. And that is exactly... you like nothing more than to... What a... Now then. Of course, by now, the genial glow of the Fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has. Work hard. Fulfill contract.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of hunters?
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these... I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your... Heavens, hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, see, I'm here on... Well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here.
There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward. By the skin of my teeth, comrade. I managed to wrench free. Well, comrade, I need a I've been scouting Sicil for some time now. Well, you know the old...
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable.
That's the spirit. Listen closely.
Ah, hello. It's very I am...
I am a magnet. The moment so I was. Not that I have it. Maxie, she likes me. By all means. People make a fun. Oh, don't mention...
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Don't be seduced, comrades.
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Sicil. Tall as an elf, and my word, what passion, but that I believe I have found. Yes, you must.
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my time.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've got to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffron's, I dare say.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort of...
Ah, pointless chatter with strangers does so.
Appears to be locked.
I'll need to unlock this somehow. stench of frightened sore's goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Green, the finest veggies side seals ever seen.
This time.
going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? I guess so. I never imagined my bathroom would be such a hub of community activity. Oh, do be a dear and show yourself out, won't you? Out now, if you please. This room is private.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source. I am Esmeralda. Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried. But so what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub called Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear, do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Well, what do you want to know?
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle.
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said
You there! Take a seat! Prepare to... That's right, a talking head. I obtained... You see, I was though the chit I in the hub before my grabbing, freeing my... It was there, along the rocky beach.
A talking head? What dark sorcery?
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? No matter! You're at Katerina's fair.
Beer and flatulence. And who are you supposed to be? Don't you have an impressive library here in Sicil?
Take it up with Katerina. Oh, I should have... No. You there! Sit! Stay a while! Don't pity me. When Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen? It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's... And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least... I don't know how he... Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal what you're made of.
To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than
A good day to you. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I told her off before she...
Source Hunter. I know you're probably... We've been conducting a... Lieutenant Selenia... Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition. And that is exactly the undead. The bravest among my men. I shall be very glad to share... If ever we want 3 landmarks, which there's a light, the local... There are a local... There's a church to them. All superstitious. So the chances... So good to see you again, Source Hunter.
You'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try and screech, woman. The beast speaks. See half a brain behind the feral wall, have you? The cretin's question crossed her lips and ached an air of aptitude.
Hey, no, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Furious. You'll only encourage it. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics.
Salutations, Source Hunter.
She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows.
Uglier than the beast of it. The beast looks rather.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
Salutations, Source Hunter. Don't pay attention to the beast, Furious. You'll only encourage it. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Uglier be the least of it. The beast looks rather.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try and screech, woman.
The beast speaks. See half a brain behind the feral wall, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and ached an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tom, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Furious. You'll only encourage it. Salutations, Source Hunter. You don't think it's infected, do you?
The face, Furious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Uglier be the least of it. The beast looks rather.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try and screech, woman. The beast speaks. See half a brain behind that feral wall, have you? The cretin's question crossed her lips, and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Various. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman.
The beast speaks. So you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you?
The craven's question crossed her lips, and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Various. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it.
Ice blue eyes narrow beneath a heavy brow streaked with sweat and dust. Her hands tense into claws, held at the...
Her brow knits together. I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the Screech woman. She only startled me. And you are a source hunter. This woman here, the one who now plots her revenge. She crept behind me while I was hunting, and I only defended myself. I would not hurt an innocent Screech woman on purpose. But soon their swords were upon me, and they forced me into this cage meant for dog.
Hey, who's that then? Come.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no... We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged...
Bit Tull you right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a...
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't...
After all, a fit...
Well, that's a relief, ain't it?
Heed me, source hunter.
Source hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, not sir.
Those boats will embarrass a bridge troll. Get to signing recruits.
Sorry, sir. In Home Forest, Every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily. If you say it is so, then wary I will be. As the god...
Recruit! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
What have we here, then? Gods up! Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. The scene of the crime, Esmeralda. What? You're going to step... You, again. Bravo! How am I? We are the pride of... I'd say they'll... Yes, and it... You, again. Do feel free to depart from Sicile at your earliest convenience.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter.
What? I'd never.
What a delight she is. The temperament, but certainly. Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise, but I'll just have to be careful. I'm my own wizard, you know.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town.
To leave the city is to venture...
Salutations. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the Arsencelio. You...
Careful now, that's a trap.
fortune! Lucky five!
Oh, how... I am but an aged cured here, hot spiced wine.
Excellent. Let's keep it that way.
Careful now.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Omnes autem. What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? Oh, but no. I would tell...
The brief history of
No,
sorcery still
this isn't the
hasn't been
grimoire
returned.
I'm looking
Teleron will
for.
have to pay yet, and in the name of Amun-Hor. Indeed you may. I am Victoria. When I was very young, the fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, Dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant the chance had put. He raised...
First edition too. Most promising.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
For dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Striking it rich! Now this is valuable.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. Demonology for dumbbells.
The knight in see-through armor.
I need something
Princess
more
Buttercup
advanced.
with the blushing
Is there
bottom.
no new book to be discovered in this library?
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Demonology for dumbbells.
A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been
Something
returned.
more advanced.
Teleron will have to pay yet
Is there
another
no new
fine.
book to be discovered in this library?
The knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom.
Demonology for dumbbells.
Esmeralda
Ugh.
does have a
I
propensity
need
for all
something
things
more
naughty,
advanced.
hasn't she?
The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. The Lesser Key of
The knight in
Sadakandras.
see-through
What
armor.
nonsense.
Princess Buttercup with the blushing
The
bottom.
Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by
Esmeralda
heart.
does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Demonology for dumb.
Let us see if you can choose.
Baking like a cake. What a deluge! Spirits of eternal flame to my aid.
seal isn't so bad on a quiet day like this, is it?
Tell me.
Greetings, Source. Not exactly the friend.
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities. There's no experience to be...
Source within flame, right? That doesn't solve the mystery.
Welcome back, Source Hunters. I've been eagerly expecting you. Ah, mere child's play when you know what to... It's happened again, my friend. Another... It's all connected. You don't even... No, I'm sure it's not, but this is only...
What an impressive room.
So it is. A hall fit for kings.
You. It cannot be you. But oh, how weak that it has come to. He won't believe me, the fiend. But they have come, as I prayed they would. Could they save me yet?
Well, wouldn't you? Of course, Chief. Back again, and not a moment too soon. Wait till you...
great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us, like infinity, or the finality of tick-tocking time.
Unknown to all time, are you? I'll tell you who you are. Source hunters, members of the most esteemed order in Rivellon. What are you? You think I'm... No, I just hope this fans...
Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Siseal's ramparts.
Golly gosh, one who flaunts the highways and but where are my manners? Oh, he's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and at the risk of sounding as shallow as a spaniel, I can't but admit my love does not come up. Oh dear Sam, he's such a good old beat.